this special episode, I caught up with a number of the female stars of the Paris Australian Olympic team at the official welcome home ceremony at Sydney Airport. First, she's become one of Australia's most loved Olympians over the past couple of years. It's BMX gold medalist Sakakibara.
I just haven't wiped this smile off my face for the last however long it's taken for me to get to that top of the stairs in here. It wasn't very long, but very far. But yeah, I'm so happy that I'm back and I get to process everything, get some downtime again, and yeah, it's definitely been a big couple weeks and a big 4 years for me. So yeah, looking forward to having some downtime.
I mean, watching that race, it was like just so emotional. Like in those initial moments, like straight away, like what were you actually thinking when you fell over on your bike, like onto the floor, and you were like just crying?
Oh, I mean, I think mid-race, I already knew that I won, and I was like, oh, gold medal, which is not what you should be thinking in a race. But yeah, as soon as I crossed that finish line, my boyfriend Ron was there. That's the first person I saw, and I just literally just screamed, like I visualized many different ways of how I'm going to celebrate if I was going to win. And it was going to be a fist pump or what it was, but it was nothing that I visualized. It was just an outpour of emotion and just so happy, so much relief, and just almost disbelief as well.
I think the natural reaction was great personally. It looked great. But also, I think I heard you say before that you were going to cry like either way if you won or lost. So did that just kind of give you a bit of like confidence to just like go out there, give it your all because you knew you were kind of going to be like upset either way?
Yeah. I think when you're there, you're not going to gain anything. You're not going to get any faster than what you are, but you can be slower if you overthink or whatever it is and get your emotions in the way. So I think when I was at the start line, I was just grateful that I was there. Just reflected on what I've done to get there, which made me emotional, and it made me emotional to think about if I was to win, and it made me think about it made me emotional to think about if I didn't get what I wanted or put down my best performance. So I was like, yeah, either way, it's gonna make me cry, and so may as well just go out there, give it my absolute best, and the results doesn't matter.
Like you said, it's been a pretty big 4 years for you, and I think I chatted to you at the end of last year and you were kind of saying how you're a bit scared like every time you get on the bike again, like after that accident in Tokyo. So do you think your mindset's almost changed? Like you said, you won that race in the final by quite a bit.
I mean, it's in that moment I definitely wasn't scared, which was probably the most relaxed I've felt in the last 12 months or 24 months actually, and it was really weird, but I enjoyed it and it was just really good. And I think it's just all those moments that I had to overcome led me to that point in order for me to be really comfortable and really relaxed in that moment and just go out there and smash it. But I think it does give me a lot of confidence that I can overcome these things. So whenever I have those fears again, I know that I have the tools in order to do so. So I don't think those fears will ever go away. In that moment there were, but they will definitely come back because I know they will, and there will be more challenges, and I'm ready for it.
Do you think that just comes down to like getting more time on the bike and just kind of doing so well in like the World Cup as well?
I think so. It all comes down to training as well, and definitely mental preparation. I did a lot of that coming into these games. And yeah, I think it's just a bit of everything, and always being pushed outside your comfort zone. That's the only way that you can get over your fears, is to face them and go out there and do it anyway. Whether you're scared, whether your arms are shaking, hands are shaking, you go out there, trust yourself, and go out there and do it anyway. And it's so scary, but the other side of it is so rewarding, and I encourage everyone to do that.
I feel like that's just such a great message for kids as well. Like they might be like feeling really nervous, like starting out in BMX, and I guess you're almost like the face of the sport now. Like, would you ever have thought that like people would be like taking up BMX because of you? Like, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel really honoured to do that. I didn't have much. The BMX racing wasn't on TV very much growing up and things like that. So I think having this gold medal, my story being told as well, I'm really happy that BMX racing is getting a lot of traction within mainstream media, and I think it's really important for those young girls and boys to really look up to and be like, no, this sport can get you gold medals in the Olympic sport. It can make you perform at this huge stage. So I think yeah, I'm just really honoured to be that face, and it comes with a lot of responsibility, but I'm really looking forward to the future of BMX racing.
Still on BMX, Natalya Diehm became the first Australian woman to medal at the Olympics in BMX freestyle with her bronze. Natalya, I just wanted to ask about the bronze medal. Congrats on that, obviously. Has it really sunken in what you've actually kind of achieved yet?
No, it hasn't. I got home about a week ago and I've been super busy seeing my family, doing some media and stuff, that I haven't actually had time alone to really take in what I've done and what I've done for the sport, but I'm very proud.
Yeah, I think you had a pretty good kind of X Games just like leading up to it, so were you kind of like confident coming into these games? Were you confident you could win a bronze medal?
Yeah, definitely as confident as I could be. I knew that I put in the hard work, I've been training well, and I just had full trust in myself that I was just going to do my absolute best, whether that was a medal or not, and on the day it happened to go my way and I got a bronze medal.
I think you're at Tokyo as well. Like, how different has this experience been? Like, what are some things that you really enjoyed this time around?
It's definitely different to Tokyo, big crowds, a lot more excitement built up around it, and I just felt a lot stronger and a lot more confident in myself, so that made the major difference. And I think I just matured a little as well competition-wise, that probably made a bit of the difference as well. But just having the crowd and my family here, in Paris, cheering me on was a big difference.
You said that you've kind of like matured, you think. Like, what do you think's kind of helped you to be able to do that? Do you think it's just more experience just in this sport?
Definitely more experience. I went into Tokyo with that being my 5th ever international competition, so I was still very new to the world of BMX in competition. So with a few more of them up my sleeve and just building the confidence, that made the difference.
And I guess you've also had a lot of like injuries, which might have been like the reason for kind of not maybe competing at so many of those tournaments. Like, what's just kind of like kept you going through those really tough times? I think you've had like 4 kind of ACLs.
Yeah, 5 ACLs, 6 surgeries in total to my right knee, but I love the sport and I love what I do. I've been riding since I was 7, 8 years old, so I just can't imagine my life without it, and I wasn't willing to give up because of an injury. I really wanted to go out on my own terms and do my best, and I knew Tokyo wasn't my best, so I really wanted to perform, when I was good and healthy.
After seeing all her sister's success over 3 Olympics, in Paris, Noemie Fox left her own legacy as the first ever winner of kayak cross. Noemie, congratulations. I guess just kind of, Jess has obviously achieved so much, but you're finally getting like recognition for everything you've achieved. Like, how much does it mean to win this gold medal?
Yeah, it's amazing. I think, I left home, I didn't know if I was qualified yet. My qualification race was in June, and then when I got that spot, it was an amazing achievement for me, and to know that I was going to be on the Olympic team wearing the green and gold was amazing. And then Paris, I was just so ready for it, so happy to be there, so excited and soaking everything in, and then everything just went to plan and I walked away with the gold, which is amazing. But it's so cool to be home now and to be seeing everyone reuniting with their families is really special.
So when you actually got there, like, was gold something that you believed you could do right from the start, I guess, knowing that course like pretty well?
I mean, I knew that I had beaten everyone before, and so I really wanted to be in the final. My realistic expectation was, semi, which is the top 8, because kayak cross is really brutal, and we saw Jess come out in the heats, so I think that's a testament to how hard it was. But yeah, it was, I just stuck to my plan and came out on top.
It looked like you were just having so much fun, like exploring the village. I saw like so many photos like on your social media. Like, do you have a favourite part just of the whole like experience apart from the race?
I think my mentality was to just, enjoy every second of it. You make it to the Olympics, you don't know how long it's going to, if you'll get another opportunity. So yeah, I enjoyed every second, the Olympics, the village, everything, it was amazing.
And I just also wanted to ask, I guess your grandfather like passed away on the night of you qualifying, and then I saw that you went to visit your grandma after you got that gold medal in France. How much did it mean to be able to actually like show it to her?
Yeah, it was amazing to be able to even just go to Marseille and share it with my grandma. It's very family sport, so to see her so excited was the most important thing and the most amazing thing.
Big sister Jess has now had 3 gold medals to her name and defended her C1 title in Paris, and is now an Australian Olympic legend. These have been like a pretty incredible games for you. You got named on the IOC Athletes Commission at the end. You got to be the flag bearer. I mean, 3 gold medals between the Fox sisters. Like, could it have been any better?
It couldn't. I think it was an absolute dream, and the story that was written, we couldn't have imagined it would turn out that way. So yeah, absolutely thrilled, and can't quite believe, the way it all panned out, all the experiences, so much joy, so much emotion, and yeah, just a lot of pride and gratitude as well.
And I mean, 2 golds for you. Obviously that first one was very important, but like after that, did you want to like slow down at all, or were you just wanted to celebrate? Like, how was your mindset kind of heading into that second race?
I was in the moment and really calm and confident, and felt like I was where I was meant to be, and it was an amazing feeling to be in that space.
And I guess getting knocked out of the kayak cross like might not have seemed like the best thing, but then you saw Noemie and she just kept like leveling up. Like, how was it when you actually realised that like she could win like a gold medal?
I think obviously I wanted to try and go all the way in the kayak cross, but when I knew I wasn't going to make it through, I sort of had that moment with Noemie, just being proud of her and excited for her to achieve her dream. And I was just the biggest fan, the biggest supporter.
And just about you, when you realised that you won, like that moment when you put your hands to your face, like what were you kind of feeling then? Like,
it was a long wait and it was so nerve-wracking because I'd done a good race and that was all I could control, and then the rest was really hard to watch. So when I knew that it would be enough for gold, it was just a release of all the emotions.
in Paris, sprinter Bree Masters became the first Australian woman in 24 years to make the semi-final for the 100 metre. Bree, I just wanted to ask about just this athletics team at the Olympics that was so successful. Like, how much does it mean to be a part of this team that did so well?
Yeah, I think it's awesome to be a part of history, you know, the strongest Olympic team that we've had, and I think it's really promising for the future, and I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, it is really exciting that you've inspired, you know, the next generation of just like little age kids just coming through wanting to be like you.
Yeah, I think that's my main goal. I really want to inspire the next generation, and yeah, I hope that Brisbane 2032 is strong.
And I mean, you yourself got to the semi-final of the 100, which is a pretty big achievement. Like, how proud were you of how you did at the game?
Yeah, I was so excited. My first goal was to try and make that semi-final, and the rest was a bonus. And when I did that and I saw my name with the big Q, I was so excited. I can't really describe the feeling. You know, I wish I could feel it again and go back out there and do it all over again.
And I mean, the 100 relay as well, just being like one spot off that final, like obviously that might have been like a little bit disappointing, but you must be so proud of the girls to make it that far in such a competitive like sport.
Yeah, of course. It was really bittersweet. We put our best performance out on the track, and you know, it was our second fastest time ever, and we've broken the record 3 times this year. So really, really great season, and really proud of what we've done together as a team. And yeah, that was just the icing on the cake. The final would have been incredible, but yeah, still really happy.
The quality really is amazing. You guys did so well. Thanks so much, Bree.
Thank you so much.
There may have been a lot of controversy about the River Seine, but that didn't stop 10K ocean swimmer Maisha Johnson from taking home silver. Just Moesha, first, congratulations on this silver medal. How proud are you of just being able to do this?
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it's so special. You go in with a dream, and to come out with a medal is pretty special, especially when I haven't actually won my own individual yet on the world stage. So to do it at the Olympics for the first time, couldn't ask for anything else.
Yeah, and I think you'd done another race. I think it was maybe the 1500 a few days before, and you did well in that. Like, did that give you a lot of confidence for like heading into this race?
Yeah, 100%. So I chose to do the 1500 in the pool to prepare my 10K even better. So I got 6th in that in an Olympic final. So I was very happy with that, but the goal was always the 10K, and you know, the high pressure of the pool with the big crowds, it really helps me come into the 10K a lot more prepared.
And you did really well. I mean, I think you were like kind of at the front of that pack from start to finish the entire race. Like, how were you kind of just maintaining your speed and everything?
Yeah, so it was a very tactical race, and so with the currents and the conditions in the river, you very much had to be at the front of the pack the whole way, and that was my plan, and I executed it, and didn't quite hold on for the gold in the end, but the girl who won, you know, she's one of my best friends, and I couldn't be happier for her.
Happy for her, that's so good. And I've got to ask about swimming in the Seine. Like, I know there's been a lot of talk about it, a bit of controversy, but were there any actual concerns going into it, or were you fine?
So in terms of water quality, we had a great medical team that advised us all the way. The day that I raced, the water quality was actually the best it had been in a couple of months, so it was basically drinkable. So it was very, very safe. It was Australian standards. In terms of the current, it was very intense. That was probably our bigger concern than the water quality. But for me, obviously, you know, it worked out, so I'm very, very happy with it all.
And last, just to be a part of, I think, Australia's second most successful team in terms of just overall medals ever. Like, how great is it to have contributed to this?
Yeah, so to be a part of the most successful team ever, like, you know, I don't think much of it has sunk in yet. You know, even for me, like, I'm the most successful marathon swimmer we've had to date, and I'm only the second person to have done pool and open water. So, you know, there's a lot of firsts and seconds, like, you know, historical sort of stuff in there, and yeah, I think just having everyone here and talking to people like you, it helps it all soak in more.
Now over to diving. I asked 2-time Olympian Madison Keeny about her new silver medal, and heard from Melissa Wu about how she reflects on her amazing career as a 5-time Olympian. Maddi, I just wanted to kind of start with you. Just congratulations on the silver medal. Like, does it kind of feel real? Has it sunken in yet?
Not really, because I'm just relieved and happy, and you know, overall it's such an awesome experience being able to share it with everyone. So yeah, just relieved.
And just like Melissa, I guess when you look back on your Olympics journey, like you were just 14 years old when you started, like have you kind of had time to reflect on everything you've achieved?
I think it's still sinking in. I think this Olympics was really special. It's just been so hard for me to make, and it's been like so long. So I think now that I'm back home, I'll be able to reflect on it all a little bit more. But it was a great games.
And Maddi, you weren't able to be at the last games because you had COVID. Like, was there just a lot of extra motivation this time, just wanting to get here and just do really well?
Yeah, I knew it was. I had a lot of extra motivation, but I think a lot of pressure as well because I knew that it's, this Olympics is, it's might be my best opportunity to get a medal because I'm still young, I'm in good shape. So, I just kind of just rode that wave of, momentum and stuff like that from the last couple of years. So yeah, just happy I was able to do that.
Well, I hope you can achieve more just in the future. And Melissa, I remember chatting to you before the Olympics, and I think I asked you if like your mindset was kind of different coming into your 5th games, and you said you wanted to enjoy the little things. Do you think you've been able to do that these games?
Yes, I definitely enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, and I think just really soaking up everything. Going and seeing all our competitors who are friends as well, and just having a ball. It was such a great Olympics.
How have you enjoyed these games? Like different to the last ones, I guess, with COVID and everything.
I think just letting my hair down a little bit more and not being still focused on comp, but not I guess just being too stressed about it. Just being able to actually relax and enjoy it, and then when it gets to comp, then just focusing on that.
Yeah, and I guess kind of similar one for you, Maddi. Like it's been a while since you were at the games, like 8 years. Like, is there something that you really wanted to do this time that you were able to do in the village or just around?
We're able to get to quite a few more sports this time, and we're sharing a room with a few other sports, not just diving. So it's really good to kind of be able to, make friends outside of our sports and kind of see how they do. So yeah, making more friends. I think just the whole community vibe was amazing.
Yeah, any cool selfies, either of you?
I walked past Annie Murray, which is pretty awesome. So.
I got a photo at the closing with the Cuban wrestler who'd won 5 golds at 5 games, and I got a photo with some of the Matildas at the closing ceremony too, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw those ones. Super cool. Thanks so much, you guys. The Stingers water polo team has had an amazing tournament in Paris. Part of that team that walked away with silver was 23-year-old and 2-time Olympian Abby Andrews. It's so nice to be chatting to you, Abby. Like, has it sunk in yet really what this group has just achieved in the game?
Honestly, I don't really think so. I think it will take a few weeks or a few moments more, but every time I look down and hold it, and I'm like, it's just such a wow moment because I just didn't expect us to be so strong and so mentally tough the whole way through, and to go game by game and eventually get such an amazing result is just insane.
So I was just thinking about that semi-final win, and it was so emotional because you knew you had it. Like, how was that just day?
There's a lot of ugly crying. I've looked at the media and I've seen a lot of the worst photos of me I've ever seen in my life, but to see all that emotion and to share it with my family, friends, partner was honestly amazing. It was something I don't think I'll ever get to live through again, that kind of feeling, but wow, amazing.
At what point did you actually know that you had the game won, because it was very close?
I don't think we knew at all for the whole game, and I was actually going to be the next shooter in the penalty shootout. So I was like, please no, I've taken so many shots at Ashley this game, I don't want to take any more because she's starting to know what I'm doing. And then when Gabby made that final save, it was like, wait, do I have to shoot? No, I don't. My God, we won! But yeah, it was insane.
It's good that you didn't have to shoot in the end. And I guess the whole performance though, it wasn't just relying on some of the older players. A lot of the younger girls really stepped up, like yourself. It must be really cool that you know that you can rely on those younger girls like yourself to step up.
Yeah, I think it was such a confidence boost for some of them. And I remember watching Sienna Green, our youngest girl ever, score her first goal and do a little claim, and I think she didn't believe that she would go in there and actually score, but it's you just have to back your own ability, believe in why you're there, and they honestly stepped up to the challenge. And also under our fierce leadership of Zoe and Keisha and all the girls who might be finishing soon, it's just amazing.
And you've definitely inspired the next generation of aspiring just stingers wanting to come through. It must be really great that you've been able to kind of do that, just through this performance.
I am just so super excited that water polo is finally getting the respect that it deserves, and it's such a cool sport, and to know that so many Australians woke up at the ridiculous hours we were playing, and when we got back to the village to hear the people talking about us was such a first, because it's always just the mainstream sports that get all the media, but to be the most successful team sport in the Olympics was amazing, and as females it's just incredible.
Next up, Lonnie Palisa, who overcame obstacles just to take her place. Well, Lani, I think it was your second ever Olympic race that resulted in a gold medal. Has it sunk in yet? Does it feel real?
Yeah, it was really special, and I think being able to do it with some of the girls that I've grown up around. I've been doing relay camps with Brianna and Arnie since 2018. I was on junior teams with Molly, and I've known Jamie Perkins since she was born as well. So the whole group of girls, the 6 of us, did such an incredible job, and I think a lot of us felt the pressure to win that event, but we all did our best, and yeah, came home with a gold medal and Olympic record. It's just incredible.
Yeah, I guess that's the cool thing about relays. You get to share it with those other girls. Like, how special was it to be able to bring them in, you know, like put the medals around their necks afterwards as well?
Yeah, it was nice, and I think it's something that, like, as Australians, we all find really important. So being able to run to them after the medal ceremony and give Shayna and Jamie a big hug was just so nice, and such a nice feeling to be able to like support them and have them support us in that journey as well. But yeah, it was definitely an up and down week. I think having to pull out of the 1500 to prioritise that relay was really hard, but no, I'm so glad that I did it, because I wouldn't have a gold medal around my neck if I didn't.
Yeah, I guess the only unfortunate bit, like getting COVID and having to pull out of that 1500, but how bad did you have to want it to be able to like get better and compete in that relay and get the gold?
Yeah, I think doing the relay was the best thing for me. Waking up that morning, I felt okay, and I struggled to recover a little bit, but having the chance to either just individual final in the 1500 or win an Olympic medal in the 4x2 is ultimately what drove that decision. So I was quite disappointed with the 1500 and the 800, but I think having a gold medal with the 4x2 and those girls and being able to come home and celebrate with them is more special than I could have ever imagined.
It's definitely a good choice, and hopefully you can maybe do that 1500 in LA. And I think I remember the last time I chatted to you and you were like showing me photos on your phone of when you visited the original Olympic Stadium. And I was just thinking like that must have just really inspired you to be able to compete in Paris, such an iconic venue like that.
Yeah, one of the first people to congratulate me after I made the team was Sarah Sostrom from Sweden, and I actually visited the stadium with her last year over there, so that was really special, and I'll probably keep it on there for the next 4 years. I really want to go to the 28 Olympics, so 4 more years to go until that one, which is it's an exciting countdown, but I think everyone's taking some much needed rest at the moment.
Yeah, we'll need a bit of rest after this one. And just last, like to be a part of this, like Australia's most successful ever Olympic team, like how much does it mean to have been able to contribute to that?
I think for me, it's something that I never dreamed of. This year, all I really wanted was to make the Olympic team after missing it in 2021, and to come home with a gold medal and have a medal for my mum and I is really special. She is, I think, she was 5th at her Olympics and should have a bronze medal allocated to her name. So to be able to come home with one for the both of us after what she went through is really special.
And finally, I spoke with Australia's youngest ever gold medalist, who also happens to be 4 days younger than me. It's Risa True, 14-year-old park skateboarder. I feel like I've gotten like so used to just seeing you like win everything recently, but is it like kind of like weird to you that you're like Australia's youngest ever gold medalist? Like how cool is it?
I definitely like did not think that I would be like Australia's youngest gold medalist, but it's like really cool.
And it must just be so nice to, because you've obviously worked like really hard over the past like just few years. I think you got into it because you couldn't surf and the water was like too cold, but it must be really cool getting to like be here and be at this closing thing.
Yeah, it was super cool. Like I've always wanted to go to the Olympics, and that was like my main goal since like being inspired from like the last Tokyo Olympics and just watching all the girls shred there. I just like knew I just wanted to go to the Olympics, and just like going there was the best thing in the entire world, and like it's just super cool.
Yeah, like you said, you were like inspired by the last Olympics. It must have been really cool to be able to skate with some of those girls that you were like looking up to. Like, have there been any of them in particular that like you could name?
Yeah, so when I was like probably 10, I was like just looking up to Sakura and Kokona and Sky. Like they were like all my like probably idols back then, because they all shredded in the Olympics. And also Masugu, who like was like my ultimate favorite skater, who didn't like compete at this Olympics, but still they're just like all amazing skaters.
Yeah, and I guess like there's a really cool thing about skateboarding where like I knew you're the gold medalist and you're only 14 years old. How it's really like a young sport. Like what do you kind of love about the fact that it's such a young sport?
I love how it's a young sport because like everyone's around my age, so I have like so many friends to skate with, because like we all just like can talk about the same things and bond over the same things because we all love skateboarding.
That is a good thing. And I guess you're only 14 and you must be like very busy having to like manage your school and also skating. Like how do you kind of get like a good balance to make sure that you're like doing everything, I guess?
Well, I go to like a school that's for skateboarding. It's called Level Up Academy in Gold Coast, so I do 3 hours of education in the morning, then 4 hours of skating at the skate park there, because it's at a skate park and there's coaches there, and like that's where my coach, like he owns the place. And then I probably like usually skate after that at night time for probably like 3 to 4 hours.
When did you like move to that school? Like have you been doing it for quite a while? Like
yeah, so like just as I was going into high school, my parents were gonna like put me into like a normal high school, but then my coach just like really made my parents like let me go to his school, which was Level Up, and like since high school I just been going there. I never went to like proper high school, but I think I don't really mind because I love it there.
It definitely seems like it's worth it, I was gonna say. And I just wanted to talk about something different. How like in the recent X Games, and you went for the 900, and unfortunately you missed it, but then you went for like some pretty incredible tricks these games. Like, how much confidence did you need to be able to like, I guess, do all of those and then win the gold?
Yeah, well, I just like love skating X Games. It's always really fun. Like the day I like was doing the best trick and I didn't land the 9 was pretty disappointing. Like I definitely wanted to do that for Tony's 25th anniversary of the 900, but like it's like always it's another comp, and I just had to like remember that the next few days I had more comps, and I was having fun anyways. I was happy and I was just ready to compete, and when I was in the next competitions at X Games I was just having so much fun and I just wanted to like do my best.
Because Tony was at the games, right? It must have been really cool to like, I guess, win in front of him. He got to see you.
Yeah, it's definitely really cool like having Tony there, because he's just like one of the best skaters like for like ever.
And I wanted to ask about, they're bringing in the vert, I think, which you're obviously really good at for LA. Are you excited about that?
I'm really excited if they bring vert to LA, because like I love skating vert more than park. It's my favorite thing, and like just like that would be the best thing in the entire world.
And I guess last, like, just what's next for you? Are you just gonna focus on that for now?
When I get back, I'm gonna skate and just like have heaps of fun and just work on a lot of new tricks, because I have like a lot of comps coming up this year. Like I'm going to Rome, I think, Rio and Japan maybe. Like going to there, and have heaps of other comps after in park and vert, so I'm just excited for that.